Welcome back to the show. Cody Renard Richard is a Broadway Renaissance man. He's a stage manager, a Tony Award-winning producer, even a style icon. And whether he's calling cues backstage or making waves in the community, Cody is leaving his mark on Broadway and beyond. And he's inspiring the next generation of theater makers along the way. Let me introduce you to Cody Renard Richard.
Hello, my name is Cody Renard Richard. I am a stage manager, producer, I'm an educator, also run a scholarship program. I got involved in theater at a very early age. I called myself a troubled kid. I was always in detention because I was a class clown. I was talking back to teachers a lot. And my high school theater teacher, Carrie Wood, sort of pulled me aside one day and she told me that I should be a stage manager because I had this way of making people listen to me without yelling. And at the time I heard that I get to be in charge. So I was like, sure, sign me up. House is open. Half hour, thank you. Period! Being a stage manager kind of taught me responsibility, especially at a very young age. So that's sort of what ignited the flame, and that's kind of what started it off. I moved here in 2010. I'm coming up on my 15-year anniversary, and I've been fortunate to work on a lot of things. I think this is my 23rd Broadway show. Oh, baby, give me one more day. I made my debut with Motown the Musical.
The first time I'm thinking past tomorrow.
I've worked on Hamilton. I did Freestyle Love Supreme. Sweeney Todd a couple seasons ago. Doing the last 5 years now. So I've been really fortunate with some of the shows that I've been a part of. The CR Scholarship Program is a program that I founded back in 2020. This program is for young leaders of color who work offstage. So we've had choreographers, we've had directors, we've had designers, we've had playwrights, stage managers, we had a puppeteer once. I talk about this all the time, but when I first moved here, I never saw a mentor that looks like me. And that's isolating, you know, especially when you get thrown into an industry and you don't really have anybody who relates to what you're going through. That's kind of what sparked it, was really me wanting to give back to younger individuals and giving them a community amongst themselves. We give each student a $10,000 grant that they can use towards tuition, room and board. We have about 4 or 5 online sessions to where we go through leadership skills, we go through community building, we go through their capacity for advocacy and activism. A lot of these students are the onlys at their institution. You know, I was the only Black stage manager at mine, and I know a lot of them are the only designer, and a lot of their teachers aren't teachers of color. So I think sometimes, again, that feels isolating. So we really try to help them build a community amongst each other. And then we fly them to New York on an all-expenses paid trip in May. And in that trip, they meet with mentors here in the city. They see a bunch of shows. They all got to go backstage and really immerse themselves in that culture as well. Over the years, we've now had 55 students, and we've given out over $450,000 amongst them, which is kind of crazy to say out loud.
My name is Jasmine Kanhura, and I'm the Assistant Costumes Manager here at the Public Theater. My current role here, I don't really have a typical day because every day kind of comes with its challenges. There's pre-production, which most of my job is discussing costume designs and what's in budget. And then there's the rehearsal period where the majority of my day is spent in fittings, taking notes, pinning garments on actors. And then there's tech and production and performances, where a whole new set of people join the process, and I make sure that they understand what the costume design is and can get it on stage in the way that the designer wants it to be represented. I was a recipient of the Cody Renard Richard Scholarship back in 2020 when I was still studying at NYU. And it was really an amazing experience to be a part of a community of scholars who were all BIPOC and experiencing the same things. And, you know, during COVID in the theater industry, there was a lot of discussion about the lack of diversity in productions, but also the people producing and designing work. So it was amazing to come together with people and have shared experiences and discuss feelings of isolation and whatnot. I don't think there's a lot of programs that focus on designers and stage managers and directors, and I think it's really great that Cody made this specifically for people who are behind the scenes, because we are not seen that much, you know. I think the program gave me a lot of confidence, and the community part of it was so important. In the last 2 years that I've been here, 3 or 4 of the scholars in my cohort have come through, so it's amazing to like be able to work with them now as we're all working professionals and really have that community of support. It has been really formative in my career.
Every year that we do this program, I'm reminded how important it is. I feel like sort of my purpose on this earth is to make folks' lives a little bit easier coming after me. As a Black queer kid from Texas, growing up on the ranch and not knowing that I could accomplish these things, I know that other people can. So for me, it's really about giving folks space to thrive. Seeing these students' faces light up when they work with each other is the reminder that spaces like this is so important. I think we're in an interesting time in our country to where people don't see the importance of these programs and DEI and especially in the arts, it's all kind of sort of being stripped away. So I am proud that we're still sustaining after 5 years and are able to offer these students something to give them some hope, especially when people are telling them that they don't matter in a way, you know? So I think the students are proof enough that these programs are so important and that they're valuable, because they're going to be the folks who are going to be running this industry one day.
And to learn more about Cody's scholarship program, head to codyrenard.com. Okay, that's a wrap for this week's show. Join us next week for more of the best of Broadway and beyond. And until then, I'll see you at the theater. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more premiere theater coverage and exclusive interviews, click the subscribe button. You can also download the Spectrum News app or watch us on TV for the latest information, balanced coverage, weather updates every 10 minutes, and more. We'll see you there.